Configuring display properties. If you right-click an empty area of the desktop and click Properties, you'll see the Display Properties window, and if you click the Settings tab, you'll see a couple of settings that you can make that affect how your video card operates and how things look to you on the screen. First of all, you'll notice screen resolution. A default setting typically is 800 by 600 pixels, but you can make changes here by using the slider bar. Now, if you'll notice in the test monitor window that higher settings reduce the size of items on your screen, and you can make these settings according to what you want. For example, let's say I want to move to this one. I can click Apply. The settings will take effect, and I can choose to keep those settings or not. You also have the option for color quality. Typically, you want to use the highest color quality available, such as 32-bit, depending on what is supported by your video card. You can also use the drop-down menu and choose a lower quality if necessary. And this is a good thing to try if you're having some problems. You'll also see the Troubleshoot option, which opens the Windows Troubleshooter if you're having trouble. And you see an Advanced tab. And this opens a number of different tabs that you see. You have General, Adapter, Monitor, Troubleshoot, and Color Management. And you may have some additional tabs depending on your video card, and these are specific to that card. On the General tab, you have a couple of setting options. You can change the DPI settings. A setting of about 85 to 96 or so is normal, but you can change these. Basically, what this does is make items on your screen larger if you're using a screen resolution that makes them too small. However, this does not change font sizes, so if you're having trouble reading font sizes, you should make that change on the Appearance tab and not here. Under Compatibility, you have the option to restart the computer before applying new display setting changes. You can apply them without restarting, or you can be asked, depending on what you want to do. Windows XP does not require that you restart the computer. It can make video card change settings on the fly without a reboot. However, some applications may have difficulty using the new settings until there has been a reboot. So if in that situation, you may want to choose this option, or at least choose a prompt so that you can restart if necessary. The default, however, is not to restart once changes are made. On the Adapter tab, you see your adapter type, adapter information. If you click Properties, this takes you to Device Manager, where you see the General, Driver, and Resources tabs. You can also list all modes, which basically list all the different setting modes that this particular monitor will support. On the Monitor tab, you see the monitor type. Again, you can access properties. You can also take a look at the screen refresh rate. A typical setting of about 75 to 85 Hertz is normal. You can try to speed this up to make things faster, but you may also experience performance problems when you do so. You also have an option here to hide modes that the monitor cannot display, and this is a good feature that takes different modes off the Settings tab, as you see back here. They can't be supported, so they cannot be selected here under Resolution or Quality. On the Troubleshoot tab, you have a couple of options you can try if you're having problems with your video card. You can reduce hardware acceleration. By default, it's at full, but if you begin removing this back, you'll see the different changes that are made to reduce hardware acceleration. For example, back one level disables the cursor and bitmap accelerations. Going back a couple does things like disable direct draw and direct 3D, and of course you'll see performance problems the lower you go. However, if you are having problems, you can try this and it'll help you identify what might be causing the hardware problem. You also have an option to use write combining. This basically makes information more readily available to the screen, which should speed things along and give you better quality. However, your video card may not be able to handle these settings, so if you're having some distortion type settings or corruption look on your display, try disabling this and see what the results are. And under Color Management, you'll see that you can add a color profile if you like. Typically none is selected by default, but if you're having problems with colors, you can click Add and choose a monitor that's available here, and your particular monitor may provide you with a color profile that you can use. Select what you want, click Add, and you'll see it's here. If you're not having problems, this is not something that you want to enable. Just keep this open so that your monitor can adjust its own color settings. And as I mentioned, you may see some additional tabs depending on your video card. These are video card specific and may enable you to make some additional color and contrast changes that are specific to that card.